first of all, what do you want to hear from Prime Minister Sunak tomorrow?
I want him to continue on the path that he is at the moment in getting to stop the boats. I think that's hugely important. We need to be more conservative than nothing. We've obviously had a time due to COVID where we've had to help an awful lot of people out, which we have done. But I think it's now time to be more conservative, reduce the state, and put the power back in the people's hands with personal responsibility and take control of our borders. That's what I was sent down to Westminster to do more than anything else. I came in on the let's get Brexit done, and that's what the people want to see. And we're doing everything that we can, and I know people expect more, but it is extremely difficult to do. But we're heading in the right direction. We've gone through 2 or 3 years of real difficult times, and I think the last thing that we all need now is a Labour government to come in, because that would send this country into turmoil.
Well, we can bet that what we hear from Keir Starmer tomorrow is picking apart the 5-point plan that Rishi Sunak launched just this time last year, in which he has failed to deliver on many points, something that Richard Tice, leader of Reform, brought up in his speech today. Look, Tice also saying that Conservatives have broken the country, says your fellow MPs like Lee Anderson are terrified he'll put them out of a job. What's your response to him?
No, I don't think we've broken the country at all. As I say, I think it's extremely difficult. We've gone through a really difficult time, but the boats is definitely being reduced. The inflation is hard, which we promised. And obviously, once we can get the debt down as well, which hopefully we will do over the next 6 to 12 months, moving forward with conservative policies, then we're obviously heading into a really good position. I'm hoping we're going to see some tax cuts in March, put some money back into people's pockets again, and really start getting the country moving forward. People tend to forget that we did have 2 years with COVID, which was an awful time for everybody. But the government went in and paid everybody's wages through that time, which was a really, really important thing for them to do. And then the minute we came out of COVID restrictions, then we found Putin had invaded Ukraine, which put the price of energy up. So we've had a difficult time. I don't deal in excuses, I deal in facts. This is what has happened. We are now starting to see the green roots, the green fascists coming through, and we will eventually, over this next 6 to 12 months, start seeing some real progress on the economy, money in people's pockets, and obviously get these boats stopped altogether.
Yeah, if you've got enough time left to do that before an election, of course. I mean, look, Nick, can I ask you just plainly, can you see the lure of reform for certain Conservative voters right now?
I can always see that, and it's easy to say these things, which Richard Tice did today, when he's not in government. They've never been in government. They don't know what it's like in government. And unfortunately, if anybody votes for reform, that's one sure way of getting Labour. And if there's one thing that Richard Tice and I both agree on, that will be the worst thing for this country. I've lived under a Labour government, under a local government for the last 50 years, and it's been atrocious. And I'm the first Conservative member of Parliament for 5 decades who was actually holding my Labour council to account. They don't like it, but the people of Doncaster do. And I need to make sure that people vote Conservative, because one, it's the only way they're going to keep me in a job. And I do believe that the local people love having a local member of Parliament who is actually really doing his best to make this area as good as it can be. And also, if they vote for Conservative in the other seats in there, then we can remove people like Ed Miliband, who've been sat in these seats for a long, long time. We need to remove those. But unfortunately, if people vote for reform, they will get Labour. And all the hard work that I've done locally over the last 4 years will be lost.